should be working. Is it working? Yep, the mic should be working. All right, I'm back. It's gonna be the last time I do a podcast streaming right now. Uh, Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Try to get my mic right. Yeah. Third streaming podcast. It's been a couple of days, few days. I didn't do one. Is it working? Is it working? Yes, it seems to be well working. All right, I think we're kind of ready. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. This game of podcast streaming live. It's kind of hard, my man. It's kind of hard. Oh man, you see exactly what I was expecting. That's the one thing I think somebody. I'm not gonna say the names. I hope it's not gonna. It's gonna not gonna go to the microphone because it's gonna be. It's gonna be for the rest of his life on this streaming. It's gonna be out on the internet forever. So I hope. I hope you know do it again, Mr. Pro, Mr. Pro. All right, so let's start. So if y'all don't know, my name is JJ, Jeff, and what I do is I'm in calisthenic and also in bodybuilding. How come did it happen? It happened because I start to follow my man Woody in the wheelchair, and he's also. Oh wait a second. Also, him. I start before bodybuilding calisthenic. So this is how long I know him. I know him for 2015, and now today we are in Florida for Olympia, which we got the rap on it with the new champ and new controversy, and I hope I can manage to give my opinion. I'm not an expert, but more and more I'm getting to this game of bodybuilding. I start to learn stuff and give my own opinion, and I have some great friends and great people in this community uh, to show me how to judge and show me all kind of stuff I don't know. All right, so let's start with the beginning. To introduce the new champ and the new category. Well, not the new category, but in the open category, which was the big one, Mr. Olympia 2023, Derek. Derek has managed to be in a position to do history. I just learned that just a few minutes before I went live. He managed to be in position, like I said, to do history again. Not only for him, but for the history of Olympian as a somebody who's competing and posing and 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 Olympia as a pro. So what it is? So he has become the new champ right now as a bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia of 2023. But he managed back then also to be the only guy who won the 212 a couple of years, like 2 years ago. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. That's what it is. So it seems to be the first one to be in that position to have two titles at that moment. All right. So congrats to Mr. Derek. I heard some people did have a bet to have him winning, but a lot of people like me, I have to say, look, I'm the guy where you don't know shit. All you think is the bigger is the winner. So a lot of people did have his hand betting a ton of faith of Samsung. Samsung is a big guy. Is a work. You do an epic workout. He got great, let's see, character and people like him. but he's been like a few years in the game. He's been like 2 years compared to Adi, was is the champ from last year, right? And even Derek's been there for a little bit. But now it seems to be we have a new champ. And that's the funny thing. The one funny thing I would say before we go to the big stuff is you could have go either way. You could have go easy to Derek and Eddie. That's what I heard. Adi. That's what I heard. Me, I saw the body. I see in myself. If the size of the guy does not really matter, I have to say one thing. That's what I learned. I learned this year. The only way why it does matter about the size of the guy and how big it matters only if the definition and the posing is too close to very see the difference be for one to the other. And then if it's really too close, so you cannot see who's better in posing and who's better in the definition of the area of the muscle. Well, now they're gonna go who's bigger. Other than that, you can be as big as you want, but if the other guy pose way better than you, he has more muscle showing, more definition, you gonna lose. You gonna lose, champ. That's the story I learned now. I seen it now. I seen it. So uh, let's get back to a little bit for the title. Not the title. I would say the main story is I saw it. I did not saw it on the streaming. I saw the streaming. Man, not all of it. They got cut off for at some point. I don't know what. You know, when you don't want to pay for things, you try to see who's gonna streaming and you watch it. Anyway, the streaming was okay, but seems to be when you see it from the streaming was like seems like the stage was whacked, like the lighting was not really tight, nice. But anyway, when we saw the real video from for what we got now, because now the show is done, so all the pro video you see on Instagram, now you really see all the effect. Everything's look sharp. So yes, if you did have a ticket and went there, you can tell me if it was a great enjoy to be there. I see some great seat position and some IG, some wheels when people was showing the place. They did have a great place. So uh, for us, the ticket was way too high and way too risky because what happened is the stage is really not high. So the far way you go, you're not gonna see much. Yeah, you need to be close to see really what's going on because the stage was really close to the ground, not really high up, so everybody can see, right? But if you see by design wise, that's me. I'm just talking about this because I'm not new. I'm new to this, so the stage is looking nice, but is it really uh, well well set up? It was not really well set up. So that's why we didn't want to have the risk to buy some ticket far away from the stage, and we still can see shit. We can still not we cannot see anything unless we see from the screen, the big screen. So anyway, so what happened yesterday? So yesterday we got something going on. We need to talk about it. Yeah, man. I don't know what to say. Well, I know how many times people do that on stage. I don't know anything. Oh, sorry. I have to check. I don't know anything about uh, what could happen on stage in bodybuilding. The only thing I saw before yesterday is only when the time when I were the only few guys I knew in bodybuilding, which was Kyle Green and Phil, and the only things I was seeing is like the big rival tension on the stage. Sometimes you would see that, and I don't know how much you can is allowed in this sport because it's a mind game. Because posing, you got to relax and you got to really go in good position, breathe, like take your time. It seems to be when you don't know anything about bodybuilding, you see people posing, you think posing is easy. Well, I would say if you work on it, it could be easy. But when you're in stress and people like you're not really in your condition is sharp, but it doesn't mean inside you're really sharp. You could feel a little bit dizzy. There's a lot of water. You need a lot of water, but you don't drink water because you need to be as dry to see the muscle. So you can see the skin going to the muscle like butter. Like I know, man, and the mindset is gonna play a lot, man. So that's why sometimes with somebody else want to compete against you and they want to win, they're gonna play with you. And on the stage, if you're not focused and you're not gonna be relaxed, if you're stiff, it's not good. Stiff is not good. And posing, you don't have to really like flex hard. All you need to do is like just find your your position for for the pose and relax and maybe like just a little bit of flexing, contraction, but not hard. Hard doesn't mean you spend a ton of energy when you're flexing too much. That's what I learned. When you flex it too much, you try to pose and try to again pose, and you have to keep a smile the whole time. All the all I say now about posing it is like that. For me, if I would hear that for somebody before the bodybuilding, for me it was like this is easy. This is nothing. Yeah, but you have to understand the condition. You have to be uh, like the condition mentally and physically. The thing is, you're gonna take a hit on the body, even with the smile, even if things going great. It doesn't mean all the athlete physically feel well. It's stressful. Not only stressful, you don't know if you did eat something or drink something, whatever. You're not supposed to drink, but and then the moment you go on the stage, you don't know. You don't know. Nothing is sure how you're gonna be in the mindset and physically to be ready on stage. But whatever happen, you have to perform. And when you have people going and you're here and talking talk shit, things like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving that an example. Well, again, I don't know nothing really about bodybuilding, but I'm amazed for how much information. Like my friends is really like Justin is still like teaching me the game, like the knowledge of it. Okay, so Eddie, Adi did not win this year. The champ from last year, Olympia, did not win. But even worse than that, he did not really show up the spirit of a champ, even is no more a champ. What do I mean by that? Because when they give the title, they announced the title, it was time to follow whatever that was going on after they give the name of the title. He didn't wait to everybody uh, leave the stage. In the middle of the whatever situation where it was time to have to close the evening, the show, he walked off the stage. He even took off his own medal. And I don't know what he did after that because I didn't see so much. But all I know is he walked off the stage in the middle of a speech, in the middle of the closing show, and that's not. I know like everybody know he's not professional. If you understand, but that's what it is. Is I would say to be a champ, you better know you to be a champ. You have to be a champ before you got the title. Everybody uh, can work hard and have the title. And even when you got the title, it does. You're a champ, but it doesn't mean then you have the champ spirit. Everybody can have a chance to have a title, in any condition. Nobody's gonna take that from you, but you can only take that from yourself, the spirit to be a champ, and the reputation you got as a title as a champ and your work when you react this kind of way. That's all I can say. Maybe there was something was going on and nobody knows. Maybe I don't know, his situation physically was not feeling well. He could not be on the stage. I'm not giving any excuse. I'm just figuring out what's going on. And like we said, like I talked with a few people, he could have go either way. He could have go to Derek and him, but he went from Derek. And obviously, we talk about a lot of money. I heard it was like 400 million, 400K, 400K. So it's a lot of money on the table. It's not like 20K when you go to a small show to be a pro show, and a pro show, I mean. So I think for what we can expect later is maybe a public statement from Hadi, or maybe he's gonna do a podcast or somebody. I don't know. People's gonna talk. That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, what's my view on that? Like I said, is I don't know so much about bodybuilding and how things can go wrong in the stage. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be he was so wrong the way he walked off the show, but it was really not. It's not professional. Because if even there, let me say, then before he went to the stage, we saw some few Instagram reel when he was really so hyped and he was showing all these results on Instagram. I don't know if it was what right before he was going to stage, but we saw some videos, and man, that guy is really top gains levels, man. Like I would for real, like it's really hard to work at that level. I would say it's hard. Any kind of sport, any kind of competition like this, bodybuilding, I don't know, powerlifting, whatever. When it's time to go in a high stake, he's gonna take your mindset, and you have to think you are champ. And I believe before he went to the stage, he did have the belief to say, "I am the champ" before he was a champ. But in reality, when you're not, it doesn't make you less as a champ. It just means today was not the day, and you have to keep going for the next one. And even shaking hands, it is like that. And now when he did that, like walk off the stage, like I don't know, say he would just walk off the stage, didn't say, he did not shaking hands nobody, and took off his medal. Like he could have even took off his medal uh, backstage, but I think it was really trying to make a statement. I don't want to be here. It feels like I get robbed. So I heard in a video I saw there was somebody was screaming rob. Like I don't know how can we call it a rob? I don't know. I didn't see all the posing. That's all I can say. But either way, if you want to show professional, you want to still competing, I would tell you, man, it does look bad in your head and your side. I would say. No, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but in a professional league like this, if you're the only one who did this, it's gonna be hard to not think about those situations when we talk about like uh, champ spirit and things like that, and walk off the stage like this. That's all I can say. Uh, but I hope he's gonna make a statement. He's gonna have he could have a little bit of rebound for this image if he does do a statement. But I would tell you, man, and if it's come back I don't know how it's gonna go. If he come back next year and compete again and get the title, maybe that's gonna be a redemption. But still, that's those situations tend to tend your image. That's gonna damage your image a little bit. That's all I can say for now. So what can we think? So like I said, this year, let me tell you the top three open. So the top three we got Derek. Second was Hadi, and the third was Samsung. That's it. I'm not gonna go further in this because I don't know very much in bodybuilding, but I know that was the top expecting choice to one. So what else we're gonna move out also for. Let's talk about uh, Woody competition, the wheelchair. Wheelchair, there was a lot. going on. I'm not gonna go into it, not really, but we always try to push it forward for the division of wheelchair, try to make it bigger. The only thing I can speak of about the in general for the wheelchair community. Last year, I forgot what there was a. Last year we went to Las Vegas and we went for an argument. I don't know what argument there was before the competition and the podcast. Something was something wrong about the wheelchair community. Somebody said something wrong. I don't remember. But this year, the issue was the wheelchair. Uh, we were open. The story was the wheelchair is not really on the stage with the pro. What I mean by the pro is in the Olympia. The main stage, yes. There's two stages. Me, I've been on the stage on Friday. We went, oh no, we went Thursday. When we came Tuesday, on a Thursday, there was the showing. I think how do you call that? The meaning, yeah. They give a show, so they open the door in the main stage, and you have a bunch of table with all the athlete, all the pro, okay. It's for the fans, okay? And you can buy stuff also, and things like that. But anyway, so we went there, and I saw the stage. The stage was looking beautiful. And what was going with that? Oh, yeah, I was going to say there's two stages, the main stage. So I saw the main stage. But for the Expo Olympia, there's another place with all the company for the Expo there. And that stage is for the 212 and not for the open. I don't think the open's going there. I think the open's only goes for the main stage. But what happened? What I mean is in wheelchair there's only one division, one in one category, and the way it is only for the like it's open for the wheelchair is open. So if it is open category for wheelchair, it should has been in the main stage like the other open. That's all it is. But what happened is even when they go in the same stage as Chris Bomb and or the others athlete when they all big guys. And it's a nice stage. Like you sharing the stage with great athlete, great people follow. But it doesn't change the fact then when you open a category for wheelchair, it should be treated as it is as a open. So the open should be in the main opening.
All the prejudging was done. Toutes les autres catégories other than open bodybuilding was on the stage of the expo. Only the open bodybuilding was on both prejudging and finals were at the final stage.
Okay.
All the other competitors had to go to prejudging. The difference between the wheelchair is that
They do everything on.
only did the
Yeah, yes, yeah. So let me explain how come all the other athlete, okay, it goes is you get prejudging, okay. All the prejudging is to the public. Everybody can go. Of course, not everybody. Everybody can see, but you can. There's a section we have to pay if you want to be inside and seat in the seating place, in front, okay. And this is prejudged. So what's in the 212 and the is it the opening also prejudging or the no only
on the main stage.
only on the all the prejudging any category all the prejudging is going on the stage on the expo stage, okay, so everybody can see, but as an exclusivity for the top tier is going to be on the main stage. With that stage you have to pay and everybody want to go there. It's exclusivity, it's prestige. That's the big stage. And even it looks nice to be on the second stage, which is a pre-judge. What happens is the wheelchair community, what they do this year they do it everything. And at the same time, they do the prejudgment And that's the thing. When you do the prejudgment for any category at the expo, they have a rest day. They go for later the night or the next day.
Only
And
the open does 2 days. Only the open does 2 days.
only the open do 2 days, okay? But it doesn't matter. Then the fact is, when they do prejudgment on the stage, they do have time. They don't go back to back to back for what I learned, okay? But for wheelchair, it also, okay, I'm gonna finish this. Also for the wheelchair, what happened is we were supposed to start at 12, between 12 or 2, 1 p.m. And finally, we went. He started at 4, around 4. So you can see the big gap on that, okay? What do I mean? What's the issue? It's just a couple hours. They're gonna rest. They're gonna do whatever it is. They can like relax. They have a time to posing. Yeah, Jeff, man, let them relax, my man. I would say the same thing too. But what happened again? Like I said, when they speed judging, they go on the stage and then they can have a few hours, and they're gonna do the judging of it. So what's the next step? And here, what happened with the wheelchair? They do everything in once, everything. So I would say again, posing is something really hard. What I mean by hard is you have to be focused every time. You got to hit the spot at the angle and breathe. And always be relaxed. Try to not be too much in a stress. You have to smile at the same time, and you have to. And when it's not your turn, you have to always think about yourself all the time. In my posing, it's like always in contraction. Always, always. You're on the stage. On the stage, you have to be always looking good. Always. You cannot rest. Yes, rest because you're not posing, but I mean, you cannot like just lay down. If you lay down, you're losing. There's no lay down going on the stage. Even they say relax, okay? So let's go back when I'm saying when you changing times. Maybe they have more time. They can flex. They can talk. The stress gonna be less there or whatever it is. They can. Okay. What happened is before you go to the stage, there's some kind of ritual. When I say there's a structure to it, but it's not only perform. You have to perform in a good condition. What does it mean perform in a good condition? Because the thing is, you have the tent, and you have what you're gonna eat and not eat, not drink and not drink before you go to the stage. Everything gonna play. If you drink too much, you're gonna the like if you don't drink. Let's say the perfect situation is you don't drink. What happens when you don't drink is your skin is gonna be more close to your muscle. So where you're gonna flex, you're gonna see all the definition. Okay? If you eat some carbs, a ton of carbs, a ton of water, whatever it is, now you put it stuff around your muscle and your skin, and you're not here. Here is a matter of showing the muscle, the definition. So you don't want nothing between the skin and the muscle. That's the strategy. But at the same time, you don't want to be killed. You don't want to starve to death and like be half there on the stage. There's a balance. That's the thing. So what happens is when you go in the morning and you're eating something just to be alive, to be on the stage, have enough energy, you don't want to blow out with big water and stuff like that. So you eat it in some hours so you be ready to be enough energy and enough dry and see the muscle coming up from anywhere in your body to be on the stage. But those things those gonna last forever. So when you pulse, you change every time the hours, the mind state, the physical illness gonna take a hit of that. it's gonna take a hit. So you have to change every time. You're gonna go back. What we gonna do? Are we gonna drink more water a little bit? Are we gonna put more food? What kind of food? I'm not an expert. I'm just saying what the strategy. We're not just gonna wait. It's easy. You think it's easy to wait, but it's not. So that's what's going on. And also, they warm up. When it's time to go on the stage, they have to warm up. They're not gonna go cold. They need to warm up themselves. So show the body flexing, do push up, whatever it is. They're gonna use bands. So every time you push, every time you push the time to go on the stage, you put them in a bad situation. You're always restarting. The mind that's playing with your mind. And you when it's time to go to the stage, you're not gonna be in base shape. You work out all your months, years, whatever it is, or try to be in your perfect condition, and you were in your perfect condition, but nothing is guaranteed when they changed every time. And that's what is kind of a little bit fucked up. Okay, but they're still working on that. This year there was I was at the front of the show, but I was not behind the scenes, whatever, and I was not at the backstage, but there was a big situation of that. But anyway, I'm not going to go through it, but like I said, we try to make it better. And at first, I heard they were calling like when the wheelchair was doing everything on stage, like I said, on the pre-judging stage on the expo, which is the only category who does that. Only. There's no other category when they do everything on stage for the expo, and they put it at the end of the show. They could have done that like at the beginning of the show, because I've been in the expo show for Olympia expo show for 2 times, okay, and the same thing happened. As soon because it goes, I've been in 2 times, and the 2 times they put it after the bikini show. I don't know if that's the term, but where the woman goes, okay? And what happened is, as soon as the women are done, after the people are gone, I would say after, no, only a third stay. That I would say a third stay. I can sit anywhere, my man. I was there in a private area, the front seat. I was there and nobody didn't care. But if I was there when C Bump was there, or if the woman bikini was there, I said, but is it bikini? Sure, it's bikini?
Bikini was after men's physique, so it was classic men's physique bikini.
Yeah, okay. After that, it was a wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
Okay, yeah. So I was right. So at the bikini, but a lot of people stay for the bikini. But as soon as it was done, almost the place was empty, ready to go. And I would say also why they were ready to go. Not only because of it was wheelchair and nobody cares. I would say that. And I see some people who stay, and the reason I would say is because it was the end of the day for the expo. Like we start around 3:30 or 4, I would say, and the expo was done at 5, around, if I don't mistake. So he was reaching to his hand. Like when the show wheelchair was done, everybody was coming out, was leaving the place. And the same thing happened last year. So so how many people would stay for the wheelchair at that point? Everybody's leaving. So that's why I think it's kind of they call. I heard. I'm not gonna say. I heard people saying the stage they for the wheelchair, which even with C-Bomb is there, everybody's there. It's like it has become the wishes list, wishes stage, whatever it is for the wheelchair. Like it's just they don't value as much the wheelchair community. That's the feeling of the community. And for me, I would say they should have done like I compare it. I would say a small corporation to something got nothing to do with bodybuilding. But I would say they should do it like when you go to a show. You see an artist, okay? When the main artist come to a show, a rapper, a singer, whatever, they don't come by their own self. They come with a few artists, which is not as big as them. And what they do before they go, They don't put them at the end of the show. They put them at the beginning of the show to warm up the crowd or whatever. And a lot of time they don't have the crowd is not filled up. It's not filled up because people want to come at the time when the big guys come. But they still enjoy it. They don't care because when they're done the work, they can appreciate the end of the show. They can see what's going on. It is like that, and it's not that they respect. It was really not. But in some way, they for twice they did it twice. They put at the end, which nobody really cares at the end. Like I'm not saying they don't really care. I think it's a matter of fact that it's the time the time schedule. It doesn't fit at all. Like I said, you reach to the end not only of the show, you're reaching to the end of the expo of the Olympia. People will start leaving. So why they would stay for the wheelchair? Sorry guys, I have to say like is not people are really enthusiastic to see a wheelchair. Like it is a great thing, but it has to be at the front. And the way they set up also, I would say, is not the well. They did not well marketing the show. I would say also, like for the wheelchair, like there's a lot going on every year. Like we did have a talk with the 5-time title who say things uh, do progress every year. It does, but we couldn't make it faster. Also, but just a matter of how strategic we can join both campaign, both the organization and the competitor, the one who compete for the show, and find a good middle. For me, a good middle should be at the beginning. But what happens at the beginning also, yeah, I have to say it, like at the beginning, everybody want to come at the show. And what comes first is the 212, right? That's what it is. At the, what the
Well,
beginning? What begins? Is the 212 at the beginning? What starts first?
the first prejudging was, oh, sorry, I didn't see it, but the fitness were first.
The fitness was first.
Fitness, it was fitness,
And what time it start?
212, figure,
What time? Do you remember what time it start?
9 on
9?
Friday.
Oh shit! Now on a Friday in the morning,
Friday, I missed the fitness,
yeah.
and then when I got there, it was 212.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You see, what you would be who would be willing to go? Let's say 7 o'clock and having the wheelchair at 7 o'clock. That would be hard. You think that would be hard?
You mean
But
earlier?
yeah, 7 o'clock. That would be hard, right?
Like,
Who's gonna show up?
I would think the opposite would happen. Maybe there would be less people because people are not going to show up at
Yeah,
7. They're going to show
yeah,
up at 9 for the actual like fitness or whatever.
yeah. But that's you see that's the hard part. The show start at 8. Yeah, that's the hard situation. The show start at 8, and the only way for now, I'm not gonna say too early. Nobody's gonna show up. Okay, too early. Uh, if you put it like now at the end of the show, nobody's gonna stay really because it's at the end of the expo. The only thing you can manage to do is even there it's gonna be hard to do is like put it at the same time as another category, but it's in Olympia nobody does that, right?
So
There's no mixed category going at the same time.
no, no, no.
No way. Because the thing what happened is it's easy to say that like, oh, let's put them at the same time. Yeah, but guess what? What, we gonna double the judge? You gonna double the judge for the wheelchair and the let's say the 212 or the fitness at the same time? We can I don't think it's gonna work out. Or what? Are we gonna like mix it up like the same judge or mixing judging the fitness, let's say fitness category with the wheelchair at the same time? Like it's not gonna work out. So how are we gonna do? Are we gonna do an extra day? Put an extra day. You think an extra day is there enough to have 3 days?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you do an extra day, then the league has to pay more money the
Yeah,
stadium. So
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. So what? We're gonna put an extra day. So it's gonna be an extra operation cost for the for the organization, and the expo. What? The expo is gonna be closed. They're not gonna put 3 days expo. I don't know. I don't think so. So I don't know, man. It's just a little bit hard. Like, actually, me, I have to say first, I'm always more curious about the business plan, how things are set up than anything else. Anything else. The one thing I would say, one thing, okay? See this? This is nice. This is nice. This every year, okay? They do custom made clothes, suit for any pro league, pro athlete. Okay? Last year it was all black with the I don't know some uh, flashing I don't know flashing effect lighting with the words was lighting on the night. I don't know how to call that. And but this year is like the design is kind of simple. I like this one better, but that's not the issue. I'm not gonna talk about this. They don't sell this. They don't. This thing is only for the pro athlete. It's like they they don't have the name on the back. Like I understand they want to value the athlete, the pro athlete, but this is you burning cash. How much money you doing how much money you getting doing all this? They give away medals, man, like quality medals. Yo, I have to say, uh, even me who do organized competition, calisthenic, I'm amazed how much money they burn. I'm amazed. And then, do you remember what was the cash price for the wheelchair? It was not even 20 grand.
for the wheelchair?
Yeah, it was.
Oh no no no! It was like 2 3 thousand. No no no! Sorry, I think it's
Man, you said it was
I
not
think
even
it's
20.
seven. I think it's
Seven.
7,000.
Look, I'm talking about now, okay?
I think it's 7 or 8.
And when you go to as a pro show, when you become from amateur to a pro, and you compete again to a show, like no, I'm not talking about Olympia. I'm talking about any kind of show when you compete as a pro. When you won again, you are having a cash prize or 20 grand. Depends where you are, but I think it's 20 grand
That's for the open.
for the open. I don't know for the
The other
two.
category is not that though.
Huh?
Pour les autres catégories, c'est pas ça.
Oh yeah.
Like example, mettons, if you win classic, let's say if you win Toronto Pro and classic, I think it's like 3 grand.
All right, Toronto Classic, it would be like 3 grand. That's what I heard. But like, I'm just talking about now. Look, you have 20 grand if you're a pro guy. Let's say like Wood. No, I'll give an example like Woody. If Woody compete to a pro show and he won, not Mr. Olympia, I'm just compete at a pro show as a wheelchair, he's winning 7 grand. If Justin is a pro also, and he go to a show, regular show, as a pro, and he won, he gets 20 grand.
No, no. If Woody wins a pro show,
Yeah.
he doesn't get 7 grand. He gets like 1 grand.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
500 bucks,
yeah, yes, yeah,
like,
yeah.
right?
So sorry.
The Olympia.
No, no,
The
no.
Olympia
The
is
on oh yeah, yeah. Even worse than what I thought. I have to say regular because we talk 7 grand is only for the open which the wheelchair there's only one category is open. So if you go to open as a wheelchair and you won as an Olympian champ, you get 7 grand. But for open Olympian athlete who has the same title, A1, I have the same title, and his cash price is not 7 grand. His cash price is 400K. Whew. US. We talk about US. But let's say he's a pro. as a pro, but you know the Olympia guy, wheelchair went to a regular show as a pro, he get 1 grand, 1 grand. And I'm not even sure if he gets 1 grand, but he gets something. I don't know what, but it doesn't. It's not even look like 20 grand. It doesn't look like 70 grand. And his share don't look like 7 grand. Okay, but if Justin goes to a regular show, who is not an Olympian show, and he win as a pro, he get 20 grand. 20 grand. Yeah. But still, we got this thing which every athlete got. It's beautiful. I would love to do that too. But they don't have the name of it. I know some part of clothes they get the name stitches on the back, but still they got like I said, that's not the only thing they get. They're spending this and they not sell it. It's not for sale. And they don't have the name on the back. For me that's a waste of money. That's a bad strategy, because what you could do is having the name on the back, do a bunch of photo shoot, and then you sell the one with no names. And that what brings value is the one with the name. Anybody who's want to be associated with this bodybuilder, pro, Olympia, or pro athlete want to wear what is champ, what is athlete got. So when you refuse to give him that, I think that's a waste of money. Waste of is lose opportunity, but they make money, my man. They make a ton of money. You have to see anyway, man. But like I said, we try to make it better. I don't know what's gonna happen with that situation with the wheelchair. Like this year was a record breaking. We got 12 athletes, okay? 12 athletes perform as a bodybuilder in a wheelchair. Uh, uh, and this year, I have to say, it was a more challenge for Woody as a competitor. It was really a challenge. But he still do his thing on the stage. It was great to see that. What else can it also, after after a great run of 5 years, a great run of 5 titles as a champ, A-Rod got dethroned by a new guy, which I never saw him before. Like half of the athlete on the stage, they brand new. So and they're all looking bigger every year. So we're gonna see what we're gonna do. Like even when Woody went great on the stage, I think we clearly see then we need to work again and go back to a new strategy. And but he did great. His performance, it was always like appreciated. It was great to see. Always, of course, there always gonna be people who say this is not this is not bodybuilder stuff or whatever. Why he's doing all this? But I would say, look, uh, I see a ton of guys like on bodybuilding. They do their routine like uh, who got nothing to do with bodybuilder and things like that. I think it's just because some people like I understood, like we talk about wheelchair. Not everybody got the same condition, like health condition to do everything they want to do. So they could be a feeling like people like be, I'm not gonna say jealous, but they feel like maybe they feel we should be say we should be staying the same level, like limited and things like that. So to be fair, but I would say that the wheelchair will need any kind of attention to grow up. That I would say, any attention, and and also we need to have the voice of wheelchair like speak on and things like that. But we'll figure it out. But it was a performance. Of course, Woody would love to be in a bit better position. He would love to be number one, but he didn't. He didn't make it. That was not the result for this year, for this time. Uh, and the plan, of course, is gonna be get better at it. Uh, but other than that, like I said, I was amazed also by the new guys, like the new guys, like I didn't see at all, and out of the blue there was 12. Man, it was amazed to have a great conversation with A-Rod. We got a great talk before the show. That was we got a dinner. We got to sit down with him and talk about his bodybuilding history. That was great. I did ask him. I managed to ask. Well, Woody told me I should have an interview with him, so I did ask him for an interview. But of course, the next time we're gonna be a better setup to do that. Shout out to you, Mr. Olympian. Uh, and we hope if you come back, you gonna get the title back, or whatever you decide to. Is we always gonna appreciate you did make a big history in this competition. Uh, what else can I say though? Well, other than that, I have to say congrats for Lil T Taylor. We missed a stage because we were all obviously trying to prepare ourselves uh, for for Woody and his documentary, uh, which is done now, and uh, that's it for now. But we saw Taylor before she went on the stage. I went to her. I tell her congrats for your new status as a pro bodybuilder. I did ask her if she wanted to going for years about it, and she was not really answering that question. She was just kind of saying, oh, "Yeah, maybe," but now she's second. She went second. She went for nothing to second real quick. That's amazing. And I think now she got all the card and all the motivation to say, I think I'm gonna stay for a little bit. And of course, before I need to wrap up and go for the gym, so I'm gonna have to wrap up soon. But we wrap it up to say to for the half a decade of hard work, Mister Canadian guy, champ, muscle, C bump, did it again. Ooh, man. I did. I have to say then. My first time watching C-Bone was okay. I guess he's the biggest one. I guess he's the big. A lot of people like him. Matter of fact, Tuesday we were walking around on the main stage and there was a big line and we were wondering, was it? Is that what's for C-Bump? Because I didn't see C-Bump, but there was a big line for him. Maybe I should have followed the line to see where C-Bump is. But congrats for him. He's doing big. He's moving the game of Olympia by his own self, my man. When this guy's gonna be gone, I don't know who's gonna be the next one. I don't know. Raymond is really pretty much close to him, but I've been my second time watching them size to size. I found out Sebum has an edge on him. Last year, I really thought it was Raymond. I don't know. He was more active on the ring, more like playing with his body, things like that. And I don't know when I don't know shit about bodybuilding. I just see show me a show on the stage. He did that last year, but this year he didn't do that. He didn't. He was really pretty much like standard pulsing. Did not really go over it over the board. But I saw then Sebum got a little bit more edge. So other than that, I don't know. He's gonna take a retirement. If he does take a retirement, who you think is gonna replace him? On that champ, I'm leaving. Got to go to maybe my last day on the gym, Kissimmee Muscle Gym for Gains for Glory.